Meanwhile, President Lee Jae Myung visited the Vatican and met with Pope Leo XIV, inviting him to Korea. He asked for the Pope's continued interest and support for peace on the Korean Peninsula. In a separate meeting with the Vatican's Cardinal Secretary of State, the possibility of a papal visit to North Korea was also discussed.
President Lee Jae Myung and First Lady Kim Hae-kyung have arrived at the Apostolic Palace. The president met Pope Leo XIV for the first time since taking office and invited him to visit Korea.
2027년 서울 세계 청년 대회의 성공적인 개최를 위해서 긴밀히 협력해 나가기로.
The meeting lasted about half an hour. President Lee conveyed the Korean people's wish for lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula. He and Pope Leo agreed that cooperation, reconciliation and dialogue are necessary even though inter-Korean relations are strained at this point.
See you in Korea.
Are you ready?
Very good.
At an ensuing meeting, President Lee and the Cardinal Secretary of State discussed the possibility of a papal visit to North Korea. Regarding inter-Korean relations, President Lee quoted the famous verse from the Bible, "Knock and the door will be open to you." He said he will continue trying, although patience is needed. The Vatican responded by saying that not only patience but hope is also needed. The president gifted the Pope with the Embrace of God sculpture. Cheongwon says it depicts the story of the prodigal son and symbolizes compassion for humanity, forgiveness, reconciliation and the restoration of community. On Tuesday, President Lee is set to begin his official schedule at the G7 summit in Evian, France. Eyes are on whether he will meet with US President Donald Trump at the event.